The Bible tells us to be a city on a hill, to let our light shine for all to see. But how do we do that practically? Join us for our final question for developing a functional ecclesiology. How do we put the identity of the church on display for all to see?
Welcome to a podcast about disciple making in the public square, where we talk about everyday issues from a biblical and balanced perspective. This is where life exists.
We're back today on Where Life Exists, where we talk about everyday issues from a biblical and balanced perspective. My name is Dahadi Lewis, and I'm the lead pastor of Blueprint Church and the vice president of Sin Network. And we are discussing our last question for exploring a functional ecclesiology. Today, we are going to talk about how we put the identity of the church on display. The question is all about mission. But remember, we can't get our mission if we don't know our identity. So keep the first 4 questions in mind as we go into question number 5. In the book Total Church, Steve Timmis and Tim Chester said, many people are converted to the Christian community before they are converted to the Christian God. Jesus said it this way, the world will know you're my disciples by your love for one another. God calls us to love one another in order to protect the identity of the church and accurately put her identity on display. Much of our work is like an iceberg. Only a small percentage of the work that we do will visibly be seen to the outside world. So how do we intentionally put this work on display so that the world can know Christ by our love? Let's use my family as an example. A few times a week, my family and I participate in family dinners, devotionals, and other rhythms that connect us to God as His people. You see, that's 70% of the work that people don't see. This is the part where we are protecting the identity of our family. But we also intentionally involve our family in the community around our neighborhood. We eat, work, and play among those we want to display our family to. We intentionally involve ourselves in basketball games and public activities with the goal of putting our family on display. Inevitably, as we do this, someone will say something like, your kids are so obedient. What are you doing? And that's an opportunity to put our family on display and point them towards Christ. Jesus said, let your good deeds shine before men so that they may see them and glorify God who is in heaven. As the church, we need to intentionally put on display what the church really is, why we exist as the family of God. When we do this, we can make the abstract love of God concrete by physically loving one another. Thanks so much for joining us today. Want to see more content like this? Check out our website, betheblueprint.net, and we will see you back next week as we tackle more issues from a biblical and balanced perspective here on Where Life Exists.